Hi everyone, my name is Lilu, and I'm a level 277 Night Lord in GMS Chronos, and this is what I've achieved in 8 months of progress. So, as you can probably tell, I'm quite broke. We just got out of a Shining Star Force event, and you can already see I have some, booms, and it is free, but I did make some pretty good gains. So let's take a look at my drop gear first. And my drop gear is already fully capped out on, you know, like it's max drop, it's max Mesos. So your standard event rings with. I got pretty lucky on this when I was using event cubes, and I got double Mesos, reinforced, double drop with all stats, pretty good. Again, this one pretty lucky. I was using event cubes, double drop, and this one red cubes. Actually got like luck 9%, which is pretty insane. Then this is standard hybrid. This is just this is just placeholder. I will replace this with prepared pendant if I ever get one. And sorry. And this one is just standard online item drop rate. I didn't want to make this a hybrid because I don't need it to be a hybrid, and also because it can only go up 10 stars. And you know, standard hybrid. The box standard earrings. So that will put me at 200% item drop and 100% Mesos drop. And that's just max. And for my farming inner ability is 20% Mesos and 15% drop rate and 4% damage to normal monsters. I don't feel the need to increase this to 8%. That's too much honor, and my I don't even have enough honor to get the best in slot damage legendary inner ability yet, so I'm holding off on that. Then let's take a look at my damage gear. So this is my damage gear. I still haven't gotten this to 22 yet. I might just off event this. I'm just waiting on spares. You can see I only have 327 Golux coins right now. Yeah, it's a work in progress, but I got this to 22 stars yesterday. Again, just got out of a Shining Star Force event, and this one, tree line stat 22 star, Ring of Restraint 4. I got pretty lucky with this. Fun fact, it was my very first box. It was the first time I defeated Dark Nell, and I got it on my very first box. Like Dark Nell dropped the box, and I opened that box, and it was a Ring of Restraint 4. So that was extremely lucky. And yep, 22 Daybreak Pendant. You will probably realize that a lot of my equipment are only two line, and I don't feel the need to make them real tree line yet because I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to spend Mesos on that. I feel like making these 22 first is like more important. Yeah. So yep. Again, two line, but this one's 22 superior pendant. Then we go on to my arcanes. I'm gonna liberate in 2 months. That's why this thing is literally just placeholder. I'm gonna liberate anyway. Yeah. So this is again two line 22. This is 22 two line. Um, flames. Oh, I think the flames pretty good. 120 flame score. I haven't been able to 22 this because I've been super unlucky with my toilet mark. But this is at least it's tree line stat. It's not the real tree line, but at least it's tree line stat. And this one is tree line. I got pretty lucky with this. I was trying to roll for drop gear, and then I got this from 99 by 20 star it. This is 22 star. Again, 120 flame score. Two line. And this is 115 flame score, I think, if I remember correctly. 115 two line. And this is I don't have spares unfortunately to put this to 22. So it's temporarily 21 for now. 22 Superior Golex earrings, two line. This is 18 stars again. I'm pretty sure I've had two shoulders boom now. Yeah, two shoulders boom. And pay two gloves. Pretty lucky. Two line attack. You know, standard badge. Um, I'm too lazy to get the monster part badge, so I'm just waiting, for when they actually make the acquiring the badge easier. Yeah, and 12.99, but like 12% damage. I don't really want to spend 60 billion to get real tree line attack yet. I feel like 22ing all my other equipments comes first, and 22 cape, and this one I got the next. Okay, this is just a disclaimer before I show you guys my heart. I got extremely lucky with this. I don't even know how I managed to hit this pot, but it's triple prime luck 12% very hard. Triple prime. It's crazy. Got super lucky. I don't know how I even hit this. And this is going to sound even crazier, but I was just using leftover red cubes from tiering this up to legendary. So I used a total of 10 red cubes when it was at legendary to get this triple line stat. It's crazy. So that's my gear. All right, let's take a look at my CP when I am on my damage preset. My combat power when I'm on my damage preset is 110 million. And my legion is, my legion is 9k. I just reached 9k like yesterday. And the final push was basically these like free 260s, free burning 260s. It's really nice. So reaching 9k was like really free for me. Wasn't that bad. But yeah, as you can tell, the rest are like, fodder legion characters. I just like leveled them up. The links are 220. The links are 210, and the 220s are just like boss mules that I'm probably gonna be working on. And yeah, the rest are just like legion fodder. Yeah, just legion fodder. This is my bossing preset. It's just your standard, Yeah. So that's 9k legion. So equipped. So we've gone over equipment. We've gone over legion. Now I'll show you my familiars. So I have 3 familiar slots because of, if you guys don't know, but you basically just need 10 badges, 10 of these badges to unlock your 3rd slot. But my first familiar is, yes, large drop. And this 3% auto steal, damage 6%. It's not like, I don't recommend farming for familiars when you just reach 260. I'm pretty sure you just want to farm for this large drop and then move on, and then going to 285, and then coming back for familiars if you really need it, because you can actually progress like the entire game without boss familiars. But having said that, this is my bossing preset, and as you can tell, I have 30 ID, large continuous healing, and boss 30. I got pretty lucky with this. I wasn't expecting to hit boss 30. I was just opening, familiars for fun one day, and I just managed to like hit this. So that's pretty lucky. So yeah, those are like my most important familiars. Aside from that, I do have this crit damage plus 3% and another crit damage plus 3%. I don't know how rare these are, but this was when I was trying to hit boss and I got these 2 instead. Yeah, that's it. Where I am for boss progression, basically now I can comfortably solo all the way up until Dark now. See 10 bosses, uh, you know, Lucid Will, Chaos, Guardian Angel, Slime, the Hard, Damien Lotus. Yeah. And currently with my guild, I'm basically being carried at Chosen turn. Bro. And I'm also in the E-Kalos party. And my goals right now, in terms of bossing, is to be able to start progging on N-Kalos and N-Culling in order to start getting my Eternal Pieces. After that, probably 285. Yeah. Let's go and take a look at my V matrix. V matrix is standard. Some of these I know that I have to max them. Like these two I've yet to max. My decents I've yet to max, but I don't think they're really that important. Yeah, that's the V matrix. So now let's take a look at my hexa matrix. So as you can probably tell, I didn't really how do I say this? I didn't really focus too much on my damage. I kind of went more hard on the Soul Janus, mainly because I'm not really progressing towards harder bosses currently. I feel like my damage is quite enough for the current bosses that I'm progressing right now. But obviously, after I get Soul Janus 20, I'm going to start pumping, Soul Order fragments into my damage nodes. And this is my Hexa stat. You can see no secondary Hexa yet. But yeah, this is my Hexa stat. This is my Hexa. I think I'm 5k frags in. Haven't been popping any wealth accumulation potions, so my Hexa progression has slowed quite a bit. But after I get Soul Janus 20, I'll probably start popping them again. So like I said before, I'll be liberating in 2 months. So this will be my January liberation mission, and in February I'll be fighting Versilla, which I know I'll definitely be able to solo because of my gains in the Shining Star Force. And once I liberate, I hope I'll reach a even higher CP than I am currently. But yeah, liberating in 2 months, crazy. So I started playing MapleStory early of November 2023, right before Six Job came out. My brother, he told me to start playing because he was playing with his friends, and now I'm playing. But basically, I played frequently from November all the way until January, to which I then took quite a long break from January all the way to I think late July, because that's when I think the second Hexa Mastery came out. Yeah, so from January all the way to late July, I took a break, and then late July to late July to basically now, which is December 30th, as of my time of recording, I've been playing frequently, and I've made some crazy progress due to a lot of guides that I've been watching. Shout out to Yuki, shout out to Reclo Gaming. Their content really helped me to progress, through this early to mid game content, and now I'll be pushing late game once I liberate. So it's actually been a crazy ride, and I think a lot of people underestimate the fact that what guilds can do for you, like in terms of progression. Like I don't think I'd be so invested in the game until like I joined like a really good a really good guild. Not just in terms of like guild rankings. I'm talking about guilds that like you can hop on Discord calls with, like progress with, beat bosses with. Like, it's really underrated. Highly recommend joining a guild. And if you don't have a guild to join Euro Training. Like the people in here are like really friendly. They basically helped me like through a lot of like my mid game progression. Our Euro Training. I know a lot of new players find Legion daunting, but actually it's such a straightforward and easy process that I promise you it's not that bad. Reaching 9,000 Legion is actually so easy, and it's really, I reached 9k so easily, all because of event resources, nothing else. I didn't grind I didn't grind on any of these characters, and it legit took me, I think 2 weeks, because there was an event that gave growth potions. So I went from 6k Legion to 8k within 2 weeks, just because of growth potions. So what I would recommend to like newer players when you first start off, you're like, I don't know, maybe 1k, 2k Legion, is to really just take it slowly. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? A lot of people would tell you this, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. The only reason why I managed to progress to such a high level of Legion in such a short amount of time was because I decided to put in the extra hours. You don't have to if you don't want to, right? I decided that I wanted to do that. So I'm pretty sure like once a week, or like Sometimes maybe even 3 times a week I would make a new character, and then I would level them to 141, and then I would bonk them all the way to 200. So I leveled them to 141 because the previous when I was grinding Legion, the bonk potions only work on 141 and higher. I know now you don't have to park them at 141 anymore, because you can now park them at 131, and you can just monk them from there. But when I was doing it, it was 141 still. So basically, I just leveled all of these characters to 141, and I didn't touch them ever again. All I did was just wait for event resources, and I just bonked all of them, every single character, all the way to 200, and it was the freest 8k. Even now, like the events that are happening, right? This gives you 30 extreme growth potions. These potions are so easy to get, and I promise you, AK Legion is free. AK Legion is so free. You don't have to grind so hard to make each character to level 200. All you have to do is make every single character 131 and just park them there and wait for event resources, and just get free 8k Legion just like that. So when you're first starting out, in a fresh new account, you won't be able to one shot turn your monster straight away, right? And Yuki has a really good guide on this, on how to optimize, or how to get free damage against normal monsters to be able to start one shotting them. But a huge part of where your free damage comes from is actually from Legion and Link and your hyperstat. As you can see, my hyperstats are for normal damage monsters, right? And then my Legion is for EXP obtained and also normal damage. I also have blocks on 2 attack and luck and crit damage. See here, most of these are just crit rate and normal monster damage, just damage, damage, damage. Most of these are just damage, yeah. You know, extra crit damage, damage 10%. Now these links, Legion, like Hyperstat, gives you a lot of damage to these normal monsters. I know a lot of people, start to quit Maple, especially since they can't one-shot monsters. Like, there's a lot of free damage sources. You don't even have to star your gear. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is optimize your Hyperstat, your Legion, your links, and you'll start doing a lot more damage. And you'll start, one-shotting these monsters in Cernium. So that's basically it for my 8th month progress video on my Night Lord. And a lot of you will probably look at this video and say, wow, that's so much progression for 8 months. But I assure you, there are people out there that have progressed way more than me within 8 months. And there are people that, are slower than me in 8 months. And I think one thing to take away from this, it's really important, is that MapleStory is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Take your time. Sometimes you don't have time to do daily. Sometimes you don't feel like playing MapleStory. And I think the biggest tip that I can give new players is basically have fun. Like, if you're not having fun, then what's the point? MapleStory is a game. Like, if you're not having fun, if you're forcing yourself to do a web a day and it's not fun, then why are you even playing, right? Like, why are you even playing if you're not having fun? Join Discord communities, join your guild's Discord, put yourself out there, make new friends. And I tell you, MapleStory is super fun, especially progression with friends. Progressing with, a fellow friend is always, super fun, especially when you all struggle bosses together. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. See y'all.